Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
So here is the solo setup of the game. You got your power on 100. You have the clock set up. You're on the one player side of the board. You got your 12 cards in each deck. Now, in this deck, there's one animatronic shuffled in here, and 2 in the back one, none here, and your office is empty. You're set up and ready to go. Now, the solo is going to play a little bit different. It just has a different end game. And what's going to mean is you just have to survive all the rounds till 6 o'clock. If an animatronic ends up in the office space, you will lose the game. Or if your power gets down to 0, you will lose the game. So on your turn, what you're going to do is very simple. You're going to turn over a card in each location. Now, if a animatronic pops up, then you will keep drawing cards until a non-animatronic comes up. And, ooh, that's some bad luck there. And we will keep going. Now, on your turn, just like the multiplayer game, you can choose which cards you want to try to ignore. So in this case, I'm going to do Foxy and Chica. And I'm going to roll this. And I rolled a 10 and a blank. And there's a 5, a 10, and blank sign on each of these. Which means that I rolled 10. I will move this down 10 degrees. And then I will activate each of these. So because I did that, and I was doing the Foxy, I will shuffle him back in his location. If I hadn't done that, and I didn't do that for Chica, then Chica would move up 1 spot, and I would do her in the adjacent spot. But I kept her where she was at, so then I will shuffle up that location. And then I will have to activate the rest of the cards. The paths do nothing. They just go in my office. Then I will start over here. This says move 1 car right, and move it to an adjacent location. Because in the office, I have to reveal it. If it's animatronic, I lose the game. It's not. So that card will be discarded. This one says move a card to the right, off the top, move it down 1. And the same would occur here. Take the top one and move it down 1. And then we started out 12 o'clock. So now we move the timer up to 12:30. And we do the same thing again. So let's see what kind of cards we get this time. And each of the cards might do something a little different. I want to show you guys one additional card. So let me show you this card instead, because I really want you to see how all of the cards work. So this time, let's say that I want to get rid of this card. So I will roll the die. If I chose to roll the die, I would get rid of that card just like I did before, except it would be discarded out of the game. I would take 5 extra off my power, and then this one, if I roll the dice, would take an additional 5. So that 5 would become 10. If I ignored it, then this wouldn't affect at all. So let's do that. I just want to show you how it works. So because I didn't roll the dice, this will go in my discard pile. This is a free spot. This right here says I would take the top card and move it 2 spots. You can see this one has a 2 on it. And then this one has a down arrow, just like the multiplayer game, which means I reveal the top card and do whatever it is. In this case, it says move 1 card to the right. So I would take the card off the top and move it down the right. Then that turn would be over. I'd move this through again, and I would do everything over again. Now, that's how you play. Once again, if this ever reaches 0, I lose. If animatronic ever comes in the office, I lose. And the only way to win in a single player is to go last the whole time till 6 a.m. So that's an overview of how you play the solo game. How do I feel about the solo game? I really like it. I really like this game. And when you're playing 2-player or 1-player, it doesn't really make a difference because the game is the same. The only difference is that the other player can't lose, and you're just trying to beat out the clock. I like that quite a bit. It's a really fun game of just pressing your luck. It moves really quickly as a solo player. I feel like the decisions are there. I like the decisions that are being asked of me. Now, I know it's okay to move this card because there's nothing there, but I moved one here in the last turn. Maybe there's one there, but there's a lot of cards here. Chances are it's not. Do I press my luck and do I keep going? Or do I do a sure thing, roll the dice, but know I'm going to lose that power? And slowly by slowly, I'm going to be losing power over all these rounds. I got to be careful when I roll that dice because those dice can be very dangerous to me. And those are very interesting questions in a solo play. Now, there is some luck based on when the cards come up, obviously, and what they could be, etc. And the distribution of this. I mean, the bad guys are distributed, but we don't know where all the free zones are, or what's going to be moving things around. And that's going to bring a little bit of variety into the game, and I like that quite a bit. I actually like this game a lot as a solo experience. I like it as a multiplayer game. I do wish it played more than just 2, But as a solo experience, this is top notch. And this is one, if you're wanting a little light, kind of pressure luck, trying to move these cards down, and if you're a Five Nights at Freddy fan at all, this is an excellent, excellent, excellent game to get as a solo experience on the lighter side of things. I liked it quite a bit. 2 thumbs up for me. One I highly, highly recommend.